What does it mean to raise a child whose world is wired a little differently? To hear autism and then wonder, what now? If you've ever felt overwhelmed, unsure, or completely alone on this journey, take a breath. You're in the right place. And you are not alone. In this video, we're not just giving you information, we're giving you tools, truth, and encouragement to help you support the incredible autistic child in your life. From understanding what autism really is, to recognizing the signs, exploring therapies and medications, creating safe, loving routines, supporting emotional growth, and yes, taking care of yourself, too. This is the guide every caregiver deserves. Autistic children don't need to be fixed. They need to be understood, supported, and celebrated, just as they are. And this guide is your starting point. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive into this together. Because the more you learn, the more confident, compassionate, and connected you'll become, and the more empowered your child will feel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, so you don't miss any of our future content on autism care, advocacy, and family support. What if the world around you felt overwhelming, too loud, too bright, too fast? And what if the way you expressed joy, love, or frustration was misunderstood every day? Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a neurological and developmental condition that shapes the way a person experiences the world. It's not an illness. It's not something to fix. It's a different way of thinking, feeling, communicating, and connecting. Autism affects communication, both verbal and nonverbal. It influences how emotions are processed. It shapes behavior, routines, and how one engages in social interaction. But make no mistake, it does not define someone's potential. According to the CDC, 1 in 36 children in the United States is diagnosed with autism. That means autism is not rare, but understanding still is. Every autistic child is unique. Some speak fluently, others don't speak at all. Some seek constant motion, while others crave quiet corners. There's no one size fits all, and that's their strength. When we embrace the spectrum, all its colors, all its shapes, we unlock a deeper kind of understanding. A kind of love that listens differently. Because autism isn't a deficit. It's a different lens through which some of the most brilliant, creative, and compassionate minds see the world. So, what is autism? It's not a disorder to be feared, it's a difference to be respected. And it begins with you, listening, learning, and leading with love. Every child is unique, but some behaviors, when seen together, may be more than just a phase. They could be early signs of autism. Recognizing the signs early can lead to better support, more understanding, and a future filled with possibility. Some autistic children may avoid eye contact, not because they're shy or defiant, but because direct gaze can feel overwhelming. Many also prefer playing alone, where the world feels more predictable, more peaceful. Some autistic children repeat actions like flapping, spinning, or rocking. These movements, called stimming, are not strange or wrong. They're often a way to self-soothe, express joy, or manage sensory overload. For some, everyday sounds can feel like an explosion. For others, hugs may feel too intense, or not intense enough. Their senses work differently, and the world can often feel too much, or not enough. Speech may come late, or not at all. But that doesn't mean they aren't listening, or thinking. Many autistic children understand far more than they can express, and may prefer pictures, gestures, or devices to communicate. Routines offer safety. Predictability reduces anxiety. Even small changes, like a detour on the way to school, can feel like the world is falling apart. Structure isn't just helpful, it's essential. These signs aren't flaws, they're clues. Clues that your child may be experiencing the world through a beautifully different lens. Recognizing the signs is the first step to understanding. And understanding is the first step to love. If you see these signs in your child, know this. You are not alone. Help is out there, and your child is still whole, still worthy, and deeply loved, just as they are. If you're a parent hearing the word autism for the first time, you may be asking yourself, did I do something wrong? Let us be clear, right from the start, you didn't. Autism is not caused by bad parenting. It is not the result of trauma, too much screen time, or, let's say it louder, it is absolutely not caused by vaccines. That myth has been completely debunked by decades of global research. So, what does cause autism? Autism is largely genetic. In many cases, it runs in families, passed down quietly, like eye color or musical talent. Scientists have identified hundreds of genes that may be involved. It's not one single cause, it's a complex interaction of factors. It can also be linked to differences in brain development during pregnancy, long before a baby takes their first breath. In these early stages, the brain is wiring itself in unique and fascinating ways. Other environmental triggers may play a smaller role, too, things like prenatal infections, exposure to toxins, or even advanced maternal or paternal age. But even when these are present, autism isn't a result of something going wrong. Autism is a neurotype, a natural variation in the human brain. Just like introverts and extroverts. Just like people who learn visually versus verbally. It's a different way of being human, not a broken version. There is no one to blame. Not you, not your partner, not the world, and definitely not your child. Autism doesn't need to be cured. It needs to be understood. And understanding starts with knowing the truth. Let's get one thing clear right away. There is no magic pill that cures autism. Because autism isn't a disease, it's a different way the brain works. But for some children, medications can play an important role, not to change who they are, but to help manage specific symptoms that make everyday life harder for them, and for you. Before considering any medication, speak with a pediatric neurologist or child psychiatrist. They'll assess your child's needs, history, and risks, because every brain is different. Let's break it down. Here are some of the most common medications prescribed for autistic children, and why. Let's begin with risperidone or aripiprazole. These medications help manage severe irritability, aggression, or self-injurious behavior. They're the only FDA-approved medications specifically for children with autism. But they come with side effects, so careful monitoring is essential. Melatonin is a natural sleep hormone often used to help autistic children fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. And for many families, that can change everything. SSRIs, or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, are sometimes used to treat anxiety, depression, or intense repetitive thoughts. But again, dosing needs to be precise, and it's not right for every child. Next we'll look at stimulants, e.g. Ritalin, or Adderall. Many autistic children also have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, abbreviated as ADHD. Stimulants can help improve focus, reduce impulsivity, and make learning smoother, if well tolerated. Every medication has potential side effects, like weight gain, sleep disturbances, or mood swings. Keep a journal. Watch closely. Adjust as needed with your child's doctor. You are your child's best observer. Medications don't replace parenting. They don't replace therapy. They're one of many tools in your toolbox, and when used wisely, they can open doors to calmer days and better nights. Sometimes, the most powerful therapy doesn't come from a doctor's office. It comes from you, the way you love, the way you show up, even on the hardest days. Your love, patient, persistent, unconditional, is the most healing force in your child's world. Don't underestimate the power of being present. Some children can't say, "I'm scared," or "I need help," but they are speaking. Through behaviors, through movement, through silence. Listen with your eyes, listen with your heart. Every meltdown, every moment, is communication. So as a parent or caregiver, listen. Even when they can't speak. Your child's world can feel overwhelming. Bright lights, loud sounds, unpredictable changes. So create a sanctuary, a space where they can just be. Where they feel safe, calm, and understood. Words are hard, especially when emotions run high. Visual aids help children recognize and name feelings they can't yet describe. It's not just teaching, it's translating their inner world. A meltdown is not a tantrum. It's not manipulation. It's a storm of the nervous system, a cry for safety in a world that feels too much. Don't punish, comfort, observe, learn. Connection, not correction, is the answer. Routines give structure, predictability, peace. When life feels chaotic, routine becomes their anchor. And your calm, even in the chaos, becomes their compass. Again I repeat, don't punish the meltdown, decode it. They're not giving you a hard time. They're having a hard time. When your child is diagnosed with autism, it's natural to feel overwhelmed. But there's hope, because while there's no cure for autism, there are powerful therapies that help autistic children thrive. And the sooner you start, the better. Early intervention doesn't just make a difference, it can change a life. Applied behavior analysis, or ABA, is one of the most widely used therapies. It helps children build everyday skills, like brushing teeth, asking for help, or staying focused, using positive reinforcement. Think of it like teaching through play and praise. Tiny wins become big breakthroughs. Many autistic children struggle with sensory overload or motor coordination. Occupational therapy helps them regulate their senses, improve fine motor skills, and navigate daily tasks like dressing, eating, or handwriting, with confidence. Communication can be one of the toughest challenges, but speech therapy helps your child express what they want, how they feel, and who they are. Whether they use words, signs, or devices, every child deserves a voice. Making friends doesn't always come naturally, but in social skills groups, children learn how to take turns, read body language, share feelings, and connect with others, one small step at a time. Sometimes, the most powerful healing happens without words. Play therapy lets children explore emotions, fears, and memories through play, in a space where they feel safe, seen, and free. Each therapy doesn't just teach skills, it builds confidence, independence, and joy. It helps your child not just survive in the world, but shine. Imagine having so much to say, but not knowing how to say it. This is the world many autistic children live in every day. But here's the truth that every parent needs to hear. Every child deserves a voice. And there are so many beautiful ways to give them one. Let's begin with Picture Exchange Communication System, abbreviated as PECS. Some children thrive with PECS, or picture cards. They can point to or hand over images to express their needs. I want juice. I need a break. Let's play. It's not just pictures, it's empowerment. For others, sign language becomes a powerful bridge to connection. Even learning a few signs can reduce frustration and open up a world of two-way communication. AAC, or augmentative and alternative communication, includes speech-generating devices and apps that speak for your child. And guess what? Some kids say their first words through a screen, and those words matter just as much. Social stories are short, simple narratives that help children understand everyday situations, like going to school, visiting the dentist, or making a friend. They teach emotions, expectations, confidence. Whether it's through pictures, signs, devices, or gestures, listen to what your child is saying, not how they say it. Their voice may look different, but it's just as powerful. When a child learns to say, I need help, or, I love you, in their own way, it's not just communication. It's liberation. Remember, communication isn't about speech. It's about understanding. And every breakthrough begins with one simple belief: they have something worth saying. They're not nonverbal, they're communicating in their way. Please, listen, they've been speaking all along. Parenting a child with autism is beautiful, but it can also be exhausting, lonely, overwhelming. In fact, 70% of parents of autistic children report feeling constantly overwhelmed. And yet, so many push through without ever stopping to take care of themselves. Let's be clear. Self-care is not a luxury. It's not indulgent. It's survival. Because your child needs you, not just present, but well. You are not alone. There are thousands of other caregivers walking this path too, and sharing the load with others who truly understand can lift a weight you didn't even know you were carrying. So, consider joining a support group. You don't need an entire day. Start with just 10 minutes. To breathe, to stretch, to remember that you matter too. Therapy isn't a sign of weakness, it's a declaration of strength. Talking to someone can be life-changing. It gives you tools, space, and sometimes, just a place to cry without judgment. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. And if no one's told you today, you are doing an amazing job. Even on the days that feel like too much. When you care for yourself, you're not stepping away from your child, you're showing them how to live with love, balance, and resilience. Remember, self-care isn't selfish. It's how you survive this journey with strength and love. Even 10 minutes a day can change everything. Being the parent or caregiver of an autistic child means more than just love. It means becoming a voice, a fighter, an advocate. And you are stronger than you know. Your child has a legal right to an education that supports their needs. You don't have to accept bare minimums. You can demand an inclusive environment, one where your child learns, grows, and belongs. Individualized education programs, abbreviated as IEPs, and 504 plans are powerful tools. They're not just paperwork, they're lifelines that protect your child's right to accommodations, therapy, and tailored learning. Whether you're in a classroom, a clinic, or a playground, your voice matters. Ask questions, correct misinformation, share your child's strengths. Every time you speak up, you push the world one step closer to inclusion. Not everyone understands autism, but you can help change that. Teach others to see autistic children not through pity or fear, but through the lens of neurodiversity, acceptance, and compassion. The most powerful advocacy of all, teaching your child that being autistic is not something to hide, it's something to be proud of. Let them know they are unique, capable, and worthy just as they are. Advocacy isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Because when you speak up, you're not just changing your child's world, you're changing the world. Remember, you're not just a parent, you're your child's voice, their shield, their advocate. You're changing the world, one conversation at a time. And there you have it, a heartfelt journey through what it really means to care for an autistic child. It's not about having all the answers. It's about showing up, every single day, with love, with patience, with open arms. Whether your child is just starting to communicate, or you're navigating therapies, school plans, meltdowns, or victories, big or small. You are not alone. And you're doing something extraordinary. Autism doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with a child who needs your unconditional love. And every step you take, from learning, to advocating, to simply listening, matters more than you know. If this video helped you feel more prepared, more empowered, or just a little more understood, please take a second to hit that like button. Subscribe for more real, compassionate content on autism support. Share your story in the comments, we read every single one. And most importantly, share this video with a parent, a teacher, or a friend who needs it. You are raising a world changer, and we're here to walk this journey with you, one step, one story, one breakthrough at a time. Thank you for watching, thank you for caring, and thank you for loving differently. Don't forget to turn on notifications and join our community of caregivers, educators, and champions.